What up, guys? It's your boy Sheev the Wise. Welcome back to Vader's Lair. It's about to be a hell of a fun stream because we have a lot of fun Star Wars news and trailers to get through. Lots of stuff happening in a galaxy far, far away this week. And the biggest things were two giant trailers dropped in the same week. It's crazy. Hella Star Wars stuff coming. We got the Bad Batch January 4th and a new trailer for it here with Bad Batch Season 2. I can't wait to watch that trailer with you guys. But we're going to kick it off with the official gameplay trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Let's go! Alright, let's get it. Do it. Welcome into the chat, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Shout out to you guys if you're hanging with us in the Bad Batch watch party that we were doing earlier this morning. It has been a blast to watch through the Bad Batch so far, and we're 14 episodes through season 1 once again. So I think we got 2 more to go next week, so make sure to stay tuned if you guys want to watch the 2-part finale kind of thing with Bad Batch. We're going to be doing that next Saturday, so I'll see you guys there. But today we're watching the Bad Batch Season 2 trailer, we're watching the Jedi Survivor trailer, and there's a lot of cool stuff in these trailers. I haven't fully watched the Jedi Survivor trailer, so let's get this thing going. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to watch along together. Shout out to you guys. Much love, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Smash that like button for me. Really helps us out here. Let's get the audio going so you guys can hear it. And let's do it. Hey, Relo 2 times. Let's go. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Don Clotterman. Yo, what up, goat? I hope you're doing well. Much love, Don. Dude, trust me, bro, says I can watch this trailer over and over. Well, let's do it. Let's watch it over and over. I'm gonna pull it up here, and we're gonna watch along together. Let me see. Here we are. Boom. All right. I think I got everything planned out pretty good today. I'm not always super prepared, but today I am super prepared. Wait, did it just glitch out? Oh no, we good. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's get this thing rolling. All right. Let us watch the official trailer, the official gameplay trailer, official reveal trailer for Jedi Survivor. Do it. Let me turn down the music. Whoops.
The order is gone. I was betrayed by the one I trusted most.
Damn. Let's go.
I will not be imprisoned again.
Does he have one arm? I just noticed. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
I hear you've been busy.
Yo, Seer? Is that a Jedi temple? That was sick. A battle droid?
A Jedi.
Oh, there's the other saber.
Remind
Nice.
our friend here why his kind are supposed to be dead.
Let's go. Oh, damn. Yeah! Let's go!
After all we've done,
A Wappa? Oh, damn.
he's only grown stronger.
Yo, Dark Troopers? That was hard. That was hard as hell.
Explode. Part of the joke, Gustus.
Hey. Is that a Triceratops?
Jedi is a threat. Now that we have this,
Oh, the combat looks so good! Oh, I'm hyped. Crossguard? Yo.
hope survives.
Yes. That was sick. March 17th, here we come. Dude, this is around the corner. I freaking can't wait. I cannot wait for this. So there's a bunch of pre-order stuff with it. I'm gonna pull up a thing here in a little bit, but let's watch that trailer again. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but I'm gonna throw it up in the background, put it on slow motion a little bit.
The order is gone.
That was so dope. What'd you guys think of this trailer? It's freaking hype, dude. Good to see everybody in the chat here. Dude, trust me, bro. I already said what's up to you and Don. Much love to you guys. Tim the Goat, welcome into the chat, my friend. So I'm super curious who this dude is. He seems like a big important character in it. Let me go back a little bit. So we saw him in the back of the tank in the first trailer. Here we get him again. I'm so curious who this character is. We're obviously going to learn. He says in the beginning, the order is gone. I take it it's this dude talking, you know what I mean? I was betrayed. So interesting. I wonder if the Jedi Order betrayed him, the Sith. What's going on with this guy? You know what I mean? There we go. I'll put it back on full speed. I thought it was on 0.75. Here we go. Definitely fun to watch. I'm not a gamer. Don Cotterman says hype, and I'm not a gamer, dude. I know. That's how you know it's a good trailer. Plus, this game looks gorgeous, being on the next gen systems, being on you know, for compatible for PS5, Xbox One. I think for, you know, advanced computers. Dude, that part is so sick. He literally takes the trooper and has him shoot the other dudes. Savage. Savage. I'm so excited to see this. Alright, let me get into my notes here and let's talk about this trailer a little bit. So not only do we see some dope ass combat, it looks like the combat's really been enhanced since the first game. Some incredible combat enhancements. It seems like there's some more customization. Here we see, you know, you can still use two sabers and actually use them separately this time, which is a little bit different than how we were able to use it in the first game, where it was kind of just one slash where it was like that, and he kind of has them conjoined most of the time. And we see later on you can still have it where it's like Darth Maul, where it's double-sided and everything. Some dope combat there against some Dark Troopers. So cool they're adding Dark Troopers. I saw some Magna droids, which were like the assistant dudes to General Grievous. Curious who this guy is. Pretty interesting. In terms of planets, I'm curious what planet that is. Looks kind of Dathomir-ish, which we already got Dathomir in the first game, but who knows? Maybe it's another world. But a lot of different worlds in this. I saw someone say that it looks like Dayu might be in the game, which is from Obi-Wan Kenobi. It looks like potentially Batu might be in the game, which would be really cool if they have Batu and it's kind of the same setup as actual Galaxy's Edge. That would be sick. Junker planet, maybe he goes back to Braca. I'm so interested. And then we got this like crossguard scene here. It looks like there's a lot more customization with the lightsaber in general. So much cool gameplay that it looks like they've potentially added. I'm really excited to see what the true capabilities of this game are. We also know from some of the DLC and different things that Cal Kestis is going to be able to use a blaster as well. So you can maybe use a blaster and a lightsaber at the same time. That would be so dope as well. There was a scene here, I'm going to try and find it, with Seer Junda, where we actually get to see her. And it looks like they're in a Jedi temple, potentially, which, that's pretty freaking lit, man. If we get to see Coruscant and Seer Junda, and I don't know if this is actually Coruscant, because if you look at the actual background, it looks a little different. But it looks like they stole a whole wall from the Jedi archives or something, you know what I mean? Really cool to see that, though. And to see how Seer Junda has changed since the last time we saw her. Definitely they both got some tattoos, it looks like. Cal Kestis has one on his like right forearm. Seer Junda's like tatted up. She looks sick in this. Really interested to see kind of how her story's changed since the last time that we saw her. There is going to be a little bit of a time jump here in this game. And there's actually going to be a book that covers kind of the in-between parts of Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor here, and that book is going to be titled Jedi Battle Scars. It's going to be by Sam Maggs, I believe. I'm super excited to actually look into that book and get into it, because I'm curious how Seer Junda has ended up like this, what's happened to her and Cal Kestis and the whole Mantis crew since the last time we saw them. It looks like Cal is even flying the Mantis. It makes me wonder, I haven't seen the pilot from the first game. I can't remember his name now. I haven't seen the pilot at all in this trailer. I don't know about you guys. It even looks like Cal is even flying the ship. Really weird that we don't see more of that guy. I wonder if something bad happens to him in Sam Mac's book. That would be really sucky. Hope everyone's doing good in the chat though. Such a freaking cool trailer, man. Such a cool trailer. Star Cabal, good to see you in the chat again. Anthony, YouTube fan, says Vader's Lair. Hi man, I think Seer and Cal are in a makeshift Jedi library that's being used to store any Force-oriented Galactic Republic vestiges for the Jedi Return. Interesting. Really cool that they're also kind of enhancing here with the... In the first game, there's a bunch of... basically, obviously the Empire's after you, but there's these bounty hunters that try to track you too. Looks like some even more like badass, harder to beat bounty hunters are going to be in this game, including this dude who kind of looks like a Druid, I think it's what it's called, or like Druid from the Star Wars Clone Wars animated series from 2003. Really interesting they've added a character like this. I'm excited to see how the battle kind of goes with him. His kind are supposed to be dead. So cool. Padawannabe says that's Grease, the pilot. Yeah, I don't see Grease at all in this. I'm kind of worried that something maybe has even happened to him. Dude, trust me, bro, says for show, Seer with some crazy looking accident. Oh, ancient person that knows a lot. Yeah, she kind of looks like the ancient one almost from Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? That's in all black next to her. Yeah, right. Stand against the darkness, dude. I'm so hyped for this game, man. It looks sick. I love the whole plot with the clone back to dude. Whoever has betrayed that guy, what's going down with him? The combat. Oh, I can't wait. All right. So continuing on with kind of some stuff, we see the Wampa, we see battle droids, which I think is really cool, as well as some droid commandos. There's some of the battle droids I was talking about. I don't know who that guy is, but he seems like he wants Cal dead. He's obviously hired the bounty hunters for something. Maybe this isn't like ancient piece of technology. I'm not sure. He kind of gives me Martian Rowe vibes for anybody that's read the High Republic books. Really interested to see what's going down with him. I need to get me a PS5, says Kylie. Dude, you do. They're a little bit easier to get these days, but it's still... I know it's still a pain in the butt. I can't wait to stream it though. Relo 2 Trimes, Seer looking. Yeah, I've read that one for sure. Alright, let me get into a little bit more of what's going on with this game, because there is some pre-orders for DLC and different things. So let me pull this up if I can and kind of show you one of the cool... I think last time that we were talking about the trailer coming out, we talked about how there's going to be some like pre-order bonuses where you basically get to dress Cal as Luke Skywalker at the end of A New Hope, Han Solo, and then there's this also DLC pack, if I can pull it up here, or not a DLC, but I think it's called the Collector's Pack. Let me see if I can get this. Collector's Edition. Okay. Okay, it's not working properly. No. Okay, hold on. Alright, I got it for you guys. So here's the Collector's Edition, if I can pull it up. Dang computer. Alright, here's the Collector's Edition, which comes with, if I can see it myself now, it comes with a full-size functioning Cal Kestis replica lightsaber hilt, which you see there, which I think it's going to be like the Galaxy's Edge kind of legacy hilts. It might be a little bit thicker. I think even, what's his name, Cameron Monaghan was even holding it out at the kind of release for the trailer and everything at the Game Awards the other night. So pretty cool that you get that, as well as kind of the box that's going to be casing all of this stuff. It's going to have it's kind of a lightsaber holder, also holds the game, which you get a really cool tin for it, as well as the PS5 or whichever edition you end up getting, and then a certified kind of little certificate of authenticity as well. So I actually got this as part of my pre-order, so hopefully it comes in on time for me to stream it for you guys on March 17th when the game comes out. But I'm super excited for it, man. That's how excited I am for the game. I actually bought the hilt. I've always loved the Cal Kestis hilt and Jaro Tapal hilt, so I'm excited to actually be getting this and kind of be able to show it to you guys and kind of give you a review of the collector's edition. And I'm happy to be a collector. Padawan says a hilt. How much is this going for? Damn. So okay, the collector's edition is actually $299 plus tax. So it comes out about like $350 probably after tax and everything. You know what I mean? It's expensive. It's expensive, but I justified it saying that the hilt is probably like $200 itself. You know what I mean? It doesn't come with a pluggable lightsaber, like the actual saber part. So you have to get that on your own, unfortunately. But I do have a couple from the couple of times I went to Galaxy's Edge, so I'm excited to be able to show it to you guys. The steelbook, yeah, the steelbook looks fire, right? Dude, I was hyped to it. I was hyped for it. I'm definitely excited for it. It also comes with the Obi-Wan skin, or as they call it, the I think Hermit skin, because it is a pre-order. Again, blade sold separately, as they say, and it comes with the official steelbook, certificate of authenticity, the premium magnetic box that holds the lightsaber, and then a copy of Jedi Survivor on whatever system you order it. Also available on PC and digital. Pretty freaking cool, man. Alright, let's get to the next little bit here where I'm going to be talking about what they got for it on Star Wars .com, because the director actually was recently talking to some peoples. So let's read what the director had to say about the game. If I can pull it up. Where is it? One of these. Alright, here we go. Did I switch it over? No, here we go. Boom. So on StarWars.com, they got this little bit for it on what's it called? Stig is the director of the game. But before we get into that, let's just read the little Star Wars page for it. It says, continue Cal's journey. No longer a Padawan, Cal has come into his own and grown into a powerful Jedi Knight. The dark times are closing in, with enemies new and familiar surrounding him. Cal will need to decide how far he's willing to go to save those that are closest to him. Excuse me. It says, go beyond your training. The cinematic combat system returns with additional force abilities and new lightsaber fighting styles. Creatively leverage all these abilities and weapons to strategically take on an expanded host of enemies. That's what's up. It says, sizing up strengths and weaknesses while cleverly utilizing your training to overcome your opponents and solve the mysteries that lay in your path. I love that they're building on the combat system and making it even more advanced, similar to what Ragnarok did recently with God of War. They added even more combat. I think there's going to be another weapon that I eventually get to use in my playthrough of that on my other channel and everything. But I'm hoping, it looks like we get to use the dual wield saber. You can use two sabers at the same time, which wasn't really available in the first game. And then it looks like you're even going to be able to do a crossguard hilt, kind of like what Kylo Ren has in the sequel trilogy. So I'm loving everything that they're doing with the combat system and continuing to do with this game. It truly looks like it might end up being one of the best Star Wars games ever, to be honest. And the last little part it says here is, explore an untamed galaxy, discover new planets and familiar frontiers in Star Wars Galaxy, each with unique biomes, challenges, and enemies. Master new skills, equipment, and abilities that will augment the ways you explore, fight, and roam. So it does seem like there's going to be some new planets involved in this game, or introduced in this game. I'm super excited for that. We were already talking about how some of it looks like Dathomir, different places that are familiar to us, but there could be some new planets as well, and I'm super, super excited for that. So again, on the Star Wars page, you can see they have the trailer there. Another little bit here, experience the new chapter of Cal Kestis' journey in the Star Wars Survivor game, coming in 2023. Picking up 5 years after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor is a third-person narrative-driven action adventure from Respawn. Let's go! Alright, let's get into the next little bit here, which is an interview with Respawn Stig Asmussen. I hope I said that right. Asmussen. And he's talking Jedi Survivor and reflects on its predecessor, Jedi Fallen Order. So released in 2019, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order quickly became one of the most critically acclaimed Star Wars games ever, delivering fans the Jedi experience they'd long dreamed of. Jedi Fallen Order followed Cal Kestis, a Padawan survivor of Order 66, and his loyal BD-1 droid. As the two struggled together to survive in an age of the Empire, and in an engaging story, Cal found new abilities, allies, and purpose on the game side. The controls were tight and the action thrilling. A sequel was announced in January, and now we're getting our first glimpse of what the game will be, along with some new details. Lucasfilm Games, Electronic Arts, and Respawn Entertainment revealed a surprise teaser for the highly anticipated sequel at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim quite a little while ago. It says Star Wars Jedi Survivor. In advance of this drop, StarWars.com spoke with Respawn's Stig Asmussen, the director of both Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, about the reception to the original game and Cal and BD-1's dynamic and what the tone of Jedi Survivor's teaser might mean. So let's get into a little bit of their interview with Stig. It says, to start, Jedi Fallen Order obviously went on to be a huge hit with fans. What I always find interesting is that you work on something, you don't really know how it's going to be received. What were your feelings when Jedi Fallen Order was on the cusp of release? And Stig went on to say that it takes him back a few years, and he was very anxious for it at the time. He had a lot of internal playtest of the game, and they were getting a lot of good feedback, but you never know until it goes public, of course. This is Star Wars fans expect the best, so I didn't really know, and I knew that I loved playing the game a lot. I hope people would feel the same, and then he says, he hoped people felt the same way that he did and people on the team did, and it turns out that it worked out. So good for them, and they definitely created quite the masterpiece of a game. They kind of go on to say, when the game came out and it was received all that acclamation, what did it mean to you and the team? He says it was validation for all their hard work that they put into the game, and he says, I didn't sleep leading up to the release, and I didn't sleep afterwards because I was reading all the reviews. That's what's up, man. The game truly is a masterpiece, and I can't wait for this second one. So let's get into some more of the questions here. It says, what would you say were the big learnings about bringing Star Wars into the gaming medium with Jedi Fallen Order? And Stig went on to say that he would say for the team, our biggest learning curve was just that learning Star Wars was more than anything else. So a lot of them had to learn Star Wars. And it says, everybody comes in, they can be the biggest fan, they think they understand Star Wars, but until you're living and breathing it every day, you won't understand that you haven't really scratched the surface yet. And as someone that lives and breathes Star Wars in a way, it's true. He says, I consider myself and members of the team as students of Star Wars. I know how to make a game, but making a game that works within the universe that feels legit and substantial was a learning process every single day. That's pretty cool to hear, man. And it's cool to see how they go into it, trying to make the game as Star Wars as they can. And it does feel that way. So let's continue on here. And let's see what kind of questions I want to talk about with you guys. So fans were very excited with the Jedi Fallen Order sequel, which we now know is officially called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It was announced in January. When did you start hatching ideas for the follow-up and what it could be, and developing them with Lucasfilm? And Stig goes here to say, we started working in earnest even before we finished Jedi Fallen Order with ideas of what the second game could be. There were a lot of things that we left, I guess you would call them, on the editing floor. And we knew that we wanted to put them into the sequel, he says. Some of that comes down to more stances for combat, so that's cool. I've been saying since I started playing, the Ghost of Tsushima, how if you guys have ever played that game, it's a samurai game, and basically there's 4 or 5 main stances that you learn throughout the game. And in Star Wars, there's multiple stances and forms that the Jedi learn. There's so many different techniques and forms for the Jedi with their lightsaber combat. And I was saying for a while, they should really put this into Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor in a way. So if they end up having multiple stances, that would be super cool. It seems like we're already getting more of an advanced combat system, like I've been saying. But he goes on to say, and where we're going with the story, and how Cal and the crew are going to evolve and grow, how we're going to approach the worlds and levels in this game and expand them and make them even more vibrant and than they've been in the past. But yeah, you're thinking about this stuff every day. He laughed. So the last little part here, this is actually a good question. So he says, something I love about Jedi Fallen Order was that it really dove into Star Wars lore beyond just movies. Going to Dathomir was really exciting because I never thought that I would see that in a video game, and I thought it showed a real love to the whole saga. Is that spirit something we can look forward to in Jedi Survivor? Stig said, absolutely. Dathomir was a planet I was interested in at the very early stages of Jedi Fallen Order, creating the game, because Dathomir just seemed like this literally magical place where it was dark. It served the dark times tone that we had during this time period. He said, we've seen it in Star Wars Clone Wars, but it hadn't been explored that much. But as we know, it felt like this was a place that we could go to and we could establish a lot of things that we wanted to achieve in the game. In a world where it was just very rich and a good kind of stomping ground for us to have fun with combat and gameplay, which it definitely is. He says, you've got zombies there, and I mean, that's video games right there. True that, and I love that you can have zombies in Star Wars, especially in a video game. It's dope. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Powder Wannabe says, that better come up with the light blade. There's too many Lego sets. I'm dead. That's pretty dope though, says Darth Maximus. It is Jesus. And yeah, it's definitely expensive for that the collector bundle, but I hope it's worth it. It looks sick, man. I'm excited to review it for you guys. Star Wars MCU OG says, I can't wait to play this. Dude, the hype is real. It's so real. Padawannabe says, I'll play through the first one again for sure. Definitely do it. Do it, my friend. No need to know everything, but if a person did know even a little, the learning curve isn't so high. Some new creators know nothing. Trust me, nobody wants writing Bible passages. I'm dead, man. Yeah, you're right, Padawannabe. I mean, I think it's expected that there's going to be learning curve at any point. Like the dude said, until you're living and breathing it every day, something you're not really thinking about on the average person isn't really thinking about what fits into the Star Wars universe on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Especially creating a game, you gotta fit it into the universe like they talked about. You know what I mean? So here's a last cool question that I kind of want to get to. He says, how has the power of the current gen consoles enabled you to expand or make things better in Jedi Survivor from a gameplay perspective? Stig answered, so I think the biggest thing is a ray tracing or lighting. That's allowing us to do real-time lighting all the time. So they really are able to increase and do their greatest with the lighting, is the first thing he kind of goes on to say. He says, since it's real time, we get to see the changes as we tweak the lights immediately, essentially. That means that we have more time to polish. That means that we can iterate more, and we can get better results that feel more filmic, is how he put it. Interesting. He says, beyond that, we have these blazing fast drives on the consoles that are allowing us to load tons of content really quickly. I've always been working on streaming games that don't really have load screens, and the fact that these consoles have such a fast storage has made it even easier. They're probably the two biggest benefits. PlayStation 5 has some really interesting haptics on their controller. Yeah, their controllers for the PS5 are pretty freaking wicked, man. Says that, so those are probably the two biggest benefits. PlayStation 5 has some really interesting haptics on their controller that we're digging into, and it's just an easier process in general. That's what's up. Great to hear how they're kind of introducing the new gen consoles. I know it sucks for people that don't have the next gen consoles yet, but I think it's really letting them, you know, not limiting them to what they can do with this game. And I love that they're just going for it with the next gen consoles and such. So I'm freaking hyped for Jedi Survivor. I hope you guys are too, because that was a hell of a trailer. So much cool info there that we got out of it, and I'm hyped for it, man. I'm freaking hyped for it. Let me know what you guys thought and how excited you are for Star Wars Jedi Survivor down in the comments or down in the chat, because I'm freaking hyped for it. Padawannabe says, I'm going to play through the first one again for sure. I did not too long ago, but just watching all of this, it makes me want to go back and play more. Hey, what you reading on, Sheev? I went from Bad Batch with you to Rebels. I got to catch up on these shows since I never watched them all before. Do it, Dad. Do it. Bad Batch and Rebels, fantastic shows. Especially Clone Wars 2. Go watch all three of them, man. If you haven't already done, you got to get on it. You got to get on it. Cleveland, or not Cleveland, England tied it up. Yo, 1-1 in the England-France game. Let's go. Padawannabe says, oh, I read that one. Definitely excited for the games, though. So let's get into, speaking of Bad Batch, let's get into our Bad Batch trailers, because we got one of those to watch with you guys, too. So let's pull this up. Let's check it out. Bad Batch Season 2 trailer came out the other day. Such a hype week for Star Wars, man. It's been a freaking lit week. Let me make this bigger. Work with me here. Alright, come on, computer. I was way more prepared for this, and my computer just doesn't want to work with me. Come on, man. Help me out here, computer. Help me out here. Oh, perfect. Okay. Alright, let me turn down the music again. And let's get this trailer rolling. Bad Batch Season 2 trailer. Let's do it. Boom. Oh.
Go, 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 go! We went over the plan 5 times. I got the package, didn't I? We need a pickup. Hang on. Grab the light.
I told y'all, dude. Omega's a beast. Let's go.
So, this is the top team. The rogue clones on the run.
Interesting.
From the Empire,
Freaking
huh? Hello. How juicy.
How
The
juicy.
Empire's growing stronger. We should be doing more.
You wanna really
Let's go,
get
Echo.
free and pull off this
We should be
heist
doing more. I'm loving
so
it.
you can have a future.
Let's go, January 4th.
More clones have been questioning the order.
Then they are traitors, like the Jedi.
Oh, man.
Gave up everything because of me.
We made the right choice, Omega. But there are others out there who need our help.
What sort of treachery is this?
Stay back!
Gunji! Let's go! Dude.
Are not the enemy. The Empire seeks to establish peace and order throughout the galaxy.
Peace. Peace was never an option.
Let's go.
We do what needs to be done.
You know what makes us different? We make our own choices. What do you need, Rex? Any chance I could use you for a mission?
Let's go.
Parents, The Bad Batch.
Parents?
Season streaming January 4th, only on Disney Plus.
Yo, what? Hold on. I've seen a bunch of people talk about this, but what the hell? Parents.
The Bad Batch. Season streaming January
What?
4th, only.
Sorry. Had to just... What was that? Dude, that trailer is hype, man. I cannot wait for the Bad Batch Season 2. Watching over Season 1 with you guys on the rewatch lately, it's been a freaking blast. I freaking love the Bad Batch. I can't wait for this season. What a freaking trailer, man. So, real quick, just on this first scene, we actually were shown this scene at Star Wars Celebration in particular, and we got to see the full scene. It was really cool. I kind of teased to you guys back then. Omega has this really cool scene where she doesn't really do any killing blows at the crabs, but she's definitely mastered that bow at this point, and she is a little bad ass. It's dope. I love this little interaction between Echo and Wrecker. And a lot of the fans have been saying that Echo and Tech needed to be more involved towards the back half of season 1 of the Bad Batch. I think Echo was still decently involved. Don't get me wrong, but I'm loving how much it seems like he's going to be a part of this season. Here's Omega coming in like a badass. Let's go! Dude, she's a beast this season. Heck yeah. We ain't parents. First time watching the Bad Batch trailer. It's lit.
This is the top
I'm really curious who this Figanoa girl is.
on the run from the Empire, huh? Hello.
Hello.
Juicy.
Of course, we get Sid and looks like Ord Mantell again.
Stronger. We should be doing
I'm loving this little scene here with the two of them. I'm loving this. I can't wait to see the dynamic here.
doing
Cause I'm sure Rex is like getting in Echo's ear and he's like, "Hey, convince them. We gotta help people out, you know." That thing looks crazy. Whoa, wait.
Wanna really be free?
Is that? Nah. I don't think this is definitely that, but it almost looks like the monster from the Clone Wars. I can't remember what it's called now. But I feel like they need to continue that story arc at some point in the Bad Batch. You know what I mean? That thing looks crazy.
Be free? Then
Venator?
this heist, and you can have a future.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna get a big heist.
Rumors are more and more clones have been questioning the order.
I can't wait for this.
They are traitors, like the Jedi.
Dude, the Crosshair and Cody dynamic, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. The Zillo Beast. Thank you, Aaron Tomato. I really hope the Zillo Beast comes in. Okay, so this is the first time I noticed this. We got some Trandoshans here burning what looks to be Kashyyyk, right? That looks like Kashyyyk. Initially, I thought maybe the Empire was kind of taking over Kashyyyk and stuff was going down there. Although, I mean, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda kind of helps protect the Wookiees. But you know, we see Kashyyyk being kind of overran by the Empire by the time we get to Jedi Fallen Order. So I'm curious if we're starting to see that, if maybe the Empire even hires Trandoshans, as we know Bosk is eventually hired by the Empire. So maybe the Trandoshans are being hired and hunted, and this maybe could even be how we get to Gunji. Maybe the Wookiees even hire the Bad Batch through Sid. I'm curious to see how that's going to be. And Tim says Cody is involved in taking over Kashyyyk, I think. Dude, that would be crazy. And look, I just noticed too that those are the separatist ships from the Clone Wars. The droid ships. They're the Trandoshans have taken over.
Everything because of me.
We made the right choice, Omega. But there are others out there who need our help.
See, I'm loving how much Echo seems like he's involved. He's influencing Omega. Gunji! Yes! Oh, so hype! This season's gonna be great, man.
We are not the enemy. The Empire seeks to establish peace and order throughout the galaxy.
Interesting. We do see those TK troopers again here. So it's still kind of early Empire. Was never an option. The Emperor!
We're soldiers.
Bail Organa? Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe if Bail Organa's in it, maybe. I'm just saying, maybe Ahsoka will show up. I'm just putting it out there. Echo is definitely a G, cuz.
We make our own choices.
Yes.
What do you need, Rex?
Just like the first season, kind of.
I could use you for a mission.
Yo, let's go. Alright, what do you guys think of this trailer? I definitely think it's hype. It's freaking hype.
January 4th.
Parents. The parents part's a little weird. Just admittedly, it's definitely a little weird. Definitely hype though. I'm so excited to see where this goes. What do you guys think the mission's gonna be? I'm thinking that the mission is gonna be Cody.
What do you need, Rex? Any chance I could use you for a mission?
It's probably gonna be Cody, right? It's gonna be Cody. I don't know. Maybe it's Wolf. Wolf does get rescued by him as well. Cody, I want to see the dynamic between Cody and Rex at this point. It would be so dope. All right, let's get into the little part on StarWars.com that they had for season 2, because they got a nice little article for us to get into here. Let's do it. All right, let me see what your parents says. Parents. So super hyped for this season, man. Clone Force 99 is back in new Star Wars The Bad Batch season 2 trailer. Aaron Tomato says, I was starting to feel a little indifferent towards The Bad Batch during the hiatus, but this trailer got me a little more hyped for it. Hi! Dude, it's super hype. Plus, take a look at the second season's key art before new episodes premiering beginning January 4th, 2023. Let's go! Dude, I promise you guys, The Bad Batch is about to be lit. So, the Cavalry, Omega, Hunter, Rika, Tick, Echo, has arrived. Today, Lucasfilm's Animation and Disney Plus revealed the trailer and key art for Season 2 of the acclaimed animated series Star Wars The Bad Batch, with the 2-episode season premiere coming January 4th. So again, as Tim let us know, and I think one of the last couple of streams, we're going to get 2-episode premieres. So kind of like how Season 1, we got an hour and 10-minute long episode. We're going to be getting 2 episodes here to kick off the beginning of the season, following the continuing adventures of the elite squad first introduced in Star Wars The Clone Wars. And I truly do feel, after watching this trailer again with you guys and everything, this show is in so many ways kind of a continuation of Clone Wars, and I love every aspect of it, man. I've been loving The Bad Batch. It's obviously not Clone Wars. It's gone beyond that. We're into a new era. And that's the whole point of even the beginning of The Bad Batch, when we see in episode 1 how it goes from the Clone Wars and kind of phases out into The Bad Batch, or burns out into The Bad Batch. And we even see Order 66 as kind of the start of the show. It's just such a brilliant way to have a sequel to the Clone Wars and kind of show what's going on with the clone army during the Empire, and kind of what happens to our favorite characters like Cody. People have been asking for years, what happens to Commander Cody? Like, are we going to see him in Obi-Wan? All of these questions. Well, here you go. We get to see him in The Bad Batch, man. And it's going to be lit. I can't wait to see how the story continues. Here we get the official poster, which is totally badass. I'm loving the new art and additions to their clone trooper outfits. They've kind of changed it up a little bit, adding some more color. Unlike their former brothers, the regular clones that have kind of gone all whited out. Even Commander Cody, who used to be orange, now has just white and gray. The Imperials have truly taken over the clones' interpersonality and independence. It's a whole new thing, and these dudes, the most independent clones that there are, starting to go full color instead of the black and white. Before they were going black and dark colors, and now the Empire is all about the dark times, and they're like, no, let's add a little brightness now. Let's be the contrarians. Just totally The Bad Batch. It says, when season 2 debuts, viewers will find that the months have passed since the events on Cameo. So it has only been a few months since season 1 and the thrilling conclusion, as the Bad Batch, known as Clone Force 99, continues to navigate the Empire after the fall of the Republic. The Batch will cross paths with friends and foes, both new and familiar, as they take on a variety of mercenary missions that will take them to unexpected and dangerous new places. Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2 stars Emmy Award nominee D. Bradley Baker from American Dad as the voice of the Bad Batch, and Emmy Award nominee Michelle Ang from Fear the Walking Dead and Flight 462 as the voice of Omega. Back again! D. Bradley Baker, the absolute GOAT, and I got hella love for Michelle Ang. She's an absolute G as well. Emmy Award winner Ray Perlman, The Mindy Project and Cheers returns to guest star as Sid. Nashir Dalal from The Pony and the Owl House returns to guest star as Vice Admiral Rampart. So Admiral Rampart and Sid will be returning. An award Emmy winner Wanda Sykes is back and guest starring as Fee Ganoa. So that's why Meg threw it in, Wanda Sykes and Sid. That's going to be amazing to see. And that's who Fee Ganoa is. Interesting. I'm excited to see more of Fee Ganoa here in season 2. And here's the juicy stuff. So Star Wars The Bad Batch is executive produced by Dave Filoni from, of course, The Mandalorian and The Clone Wars, and Athena Portillo from Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, as well as Brad Ralph, executive producer on Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Resistance, and one of my favorites, Jennifer Corbett from Star Wars Resistance and NCIS, as well as Carrie Beck from The Mandalorian, Star Wars Rebels, Josh Rhimes. So it's basically a bunch of people that have worked within Star Wars animation, Star Wars Visions and Resistance with Josh Rhimes, Alex Spotwood from Clone Wars and Rebels, and producer, all of them are back as producers. And Brad Rao, who's also pretty awesome dude, is serving as supervising director with Corbett as head writer and Matt Minkovitz as story editor. Got hella love for Brad Rao and Jen Corbett. Those two are killing this show, man. So continuing on here, it says The Bad Batch streams exclusively on Disney Plus beginning January 4th in 2023 with a 2-episode premiere. And here is the full list of air dates and episode titles. So January 4th, we're going to be getting Season 2, Episode 1 and Season 2, Episode 2 titled Spoils of War and Ruins of War. Definitely think there's going to be some big stuff kicking us off in that episode. I wouldn't even be surprised if kind of the crab scene is even the first scene of the show, kind of bringing us back into the characters we know and love, showing us the improvements of Omega, getting us back into the click of things, you know, seeing what's up with them just a few months after Camino. It says the next episode, Episode 3, The Solitary Clone. I am truly hoping that this episode is solely focused on Commander Cody, as we've already had it teased. There could be a good portion of the show that is kind of dedicated to him in a way, and I would love if the beginning has Commander Cody here in Episode 3, Solitary Clone, on January 11th, kind of showing him his place in the Empire and how his story is slowly going to lead to him either wanting to leave or having to choose terrible things to do for the Empire, doing just his life in the Empire. And I think towards the end of the show, I think we're going to see him, you know, something's going to happen to where he either gets rescued by Rex or something bad happens to Cody. January 18th, Episode 4 is titled Faster. January 25th, 2023, Episode 5, Entombed. Interesting, Entombed. February 1st, Episode 6 is titled Tribe. I think Tribe could be where we start to see Gungi and what's going on with the Wookiees. I love that Gungi survived Order 66. Let me just say that. I love it. I hope we see a little bit of his story since then. And I think he probably goes back to Kashyyyk and, you know, tries to help his tribe, as we're going to see. And the clones are kind of a tribe themselves. And then what's really cool here, February 8th, which is going to be the mid-season, we have another double up, getting 2 more episodes together, Episode 7 and Episode 8, titled The Clone Conspiracy and the Truth and Consequences. Having this mid-season finale here, I'm really hoping maybe even this is where we start to see the turning point for Commander Cody. We see his life here in Solitary Clone, maybe in Episode 3, and here by the mid-finale, Clone Conspiracy and Truth and Consequences. This could be the point where Cody's kind of maybe done with the Empire and Rex kind of asks for their help and going to maybe try and get him out. Truth and Consequences. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat here as we get through the rest of it. Dude, Trust Me Bro says, I think it's part Cody on Rex's behalf, and the other mission maybe some other related stuff. Mandalorian Martin, good to see you in the chat. He says, y'all think we'll get a Battlefront 3 by a different company? Probably not, Mandalorian Martin. I think it would be EA if we ever got a Battlefront 3, but I don't know if we ever will get a Battlefront 3 too. I think Star Wars is kind of moving on from EA partially, although obviously, you know, Jedi Survivor looks like it's going to be a huge hit, and that's still involved with EA as well. So I don't know, maybe there's room for it in the future. I just don't know if it'll be by a different company. I think if Battlefront is ever redone again by a different company, it's not going to be Battlefront 3. They'll probably redo the franchise all over again. Klaus from American Dad is an honorary clone. He is. I read that and I was like, oh yeah, D. Bradley Baker's Klaus. Hello, Lair Rose. Good to see you in the chat. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Don. So in my notes, one of the few questions I had from this trailer, I'm super excited to see Cody's story. Here we're getting the episode titles. Let me know down in the chat if you think that we're going to see Hauser. A lot of people were suggesting maybe episode 3, the title Solitary Clone, could be Hauser. I unfortunately think something bad happened to Hauser already, and we're probably not going to see him. I don't know. Maybe that's part of Clone Conspiracy, which is the mid finale, you know. I'm also interested. We didn't get too much of Mount Tantus in this, but we're gonna go through the rest of the names here, and I think there is a big, huge plot going towards Mount Tantus. I don't know how much of it we'll get on in the early season. I feel like they kind of left that as like the last little bit in season 1 to tease us out for the end of season 2. And it seems like most of the Cody stuff will probably happen by the first half of the season, and season 2, or the back half of season 2, might focus on Wayland, Mount Tantus, what's going on with the clones and the cloning facilities, and Nala Se. You know what I mean? It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild to see. The Gunji mission is really exciting me though, as well, with the tribe episode potentially. That would be awesome. Continuing on with the episodes, February 15th, 2 days before my birthday. That's what's up. Episode 9 is going to be coming out. That's The Crossing. February 22nd, episode 10, Retrieval. Maybe Retrieval is when they finally get Cody back. Retrieving Cody? I hope, you know what I mean? Maybe they're retrieving Wolf, though. As we know, Wolf is going to eventually join up with Captain Rex as well. After Retrieval is Metamorphosis, so getting Wolf... I'm curious here. Retrieval, maybe they retrieve Wolf. Metamorphosis is getting the chip kind of removed from his head, or metamorphosizing him back into kind of a regular person or clone, I guess you'd say. Just putting it out there. We know that Wolf kind of has some issues with his head still from the chip and everything, and I'm sure the Empire has done plenty of brainwashing to everybody. Episode 12 is coming March 8th. That one's going to be titled The Outpost. And then we get to the final 4 episodes. Episode 13, Pabu, is coming March 15th. March 22nd is going to be the 14th episode, Tipping Point. That seems like it could be the turning point of the show. If I do say so myself. And then we get a 2-part finale on March 29th, getting the 15th and 16th episode, The Summit and the Plan. The cool thing is, too, March 1st, we're getting both The Mandalorian and the episode Metamorphosis. A lot of people have been curious if maybe Bad Batch and Mandalorian and the Mandoverse with Boba and everything are going to eventually cross over at points. We've already seen some kind of cloning stuff going on in the Mandalorian. Obviously, cloning is a huge part of the Bad Batch. I'm curious, with Metamorphosis being... episode 11 coming March 1st, could that, coincide with something we see in the Mandalorian potentially? I don't know. I think the Mandalorian's going to primarily focus on Mandalore and what's going on with the Mandalorians and the Darksaber for at least the beginning portion of the season, but I don't know, maybe it's got me wondering now. But the final 2 episodes are titled on March 29th, The Summit and Plan 99. Those terrify me. The finale, 2-part finale episodes, The Summit, Plan 99. Oh my god. It's going to be a crazy ending to the season. The Summit is most likely, obviously, referring to Mount Tantus being the summit. Obviously. You know what I mean? It seems like we're definitely going towards that. And Plan 99, what the hell could that be? I mean, I've heard some people theorizing that maybe Plan 99 could be the Empire's plan to take out the Clone Force 99. I'm kind of curious. Obviously the summit is going to be Mount Tantus and what's going on with the cloning. Obviously the Empire has Cody and has Crosshair still, mainly. That's the most important one to me. Plan 99, do you think that they're going to be cloning Crosshair, or maybe other clones? And maybe Plan 99, they even have a second set of clones that they created on Mount Tantus of the Bad Batch. That would be crazy. I'm just putting it out there like that. How crazy would it be for there to be like an evil version of the Bad Batch that's trying to take them out? I don't know. Plan 99 it's crazy. That episode title is like, what? Where's Hauser, says Aaron Tomato. # where's Hauser? Tell me where he is. One YouTuber, can't remember who, pointed out that the first letter of episodes 4 through 7 spell out the word Fett. Oh my god. What the flip? Look at that. It totally does. Fett. Yeah. Episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7. The first letter of each one spell out Fett. You're right. I wonder who that was. It was Star Force 1. He mentioned it. Possible Fett Easter egg. I've been saying put Daniel Logan in the Bad Batch. Put Daniel Logan in the Bad Batch. Do it. Bring in Boba. Tim says, think we see some Inquisitors since we see Gunji? Oh, excellent question. The Inquisitors have been around since the earliest days of the Empire. So, yeah, definitely. I've been hoping to see some Inquisitors for a while. I think if they're going to Mount Tantus, they're probably going to have to fight some Inquisitors. I wouldn't even doubt if Plan 99 is like a plan for the Inquisitors to take out Clone Force 99. Shoot. Execute Plan 99. That's so dope that the first 4 or episodes 4 through 7 spell out Fett. That's crazy. Do it. Smash that like button, y'all. Let's get a like goal going. Let's get a like goal going. I don't know how many likes there are right now, but if we could get to 25, 30 would be preferred. But if we could get to 25 likes by the end of the stream, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Taunted Mr. Griffin says, didn't know that didn't they already when we saw a cloaked bow and fellow night owls in that one episode? In Mando? I'm trying to think now. A new Bad Batch would be nuts, dude. That would be so crazy. An evil Bad Batch would be wild. Anthony YouTube fan says, I wanted to see Daniel Logan as a son of a clone in the Mandoverse, which would explain why he resembles Tim Morrison to begin with. I'm saying, man, people are like, bro, he looks nothing like Tim. I'm like, he totally could pass off as a younger Tim. Are you kidding me? That's why they had him as a younger Tim. Dude, trust me, bro, says Palps was like, flip that last one. Last order upside down. Flip that last order upside down. Plan 99. Not order 66, but plan 99. I'm dead, bro. That's amazing. Mark your calendars as we gather your crew and brush up on season 1 now, because Clone Force 99 is on its way. So hyped for this, man. It's going to be a crazy season for season 2. And trust me, Disney. Trust me, Star Wars. We're brushing up, man. We got 2 episodes left in our rewatch. If you guys haven't been watching along with us already, we do have our initial watch parties of the Bad Batch up on the channel and our Bad Batch kind of playlist, as well as our rewatches, as we've already gone through the first 14 episodes again. Next Saturday, we're going to be finishing up episodes 15 and 16, watching the end of season 1 of the Bad Batch again together. So if you guys want to watch the end of Bad Batch season 1, refresh up before season 2, make sure to join us this Saturday. It's going to be fun. Or this next Saturday. I'm so excited for it, though. It's definitely going to be a blast. Let me see what other information we can kind of get for it, because I'm sure they got a whole bunch of stuff here on the Star Wars website. Let's see, more details. Let us see. No. I clicked more. No? Is that the more details? Is that all they have? No! I wanted to see more. Cameron Monaghan on the next Galcasters adventure. You guys want to go through this? We could definitely go through this. That's what's up, though. I'm so excited for the Bad Batch season 2. I'm excited for all the storylines, whether it's Gunji and seeing that Trandoshans look like they might even be involved. Maybe Commander Cody is involved with taking out Kashyyyk. That would be brutal, man. I don't know if my heart could take much more of what the Bad Batch is doing to it. You know what I mean? Like, seeing the fall of Camino, that hurt. That hurt me. Tapoka City blew to smithereens. And seeing Kashyyyk fall and having Commander Cody be behind it, that would be too much. Alright, I kind of want to go through this little thing, since we're talking about Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor today as well. Real quick, let's go through it. Cameron Monaghan on Calcast, this is next adventure. When Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order arrived in November of 2019, Cameron Monaghan had an easy holiday gift for family and friends. Monaghan played the game's protagonist, Cal Kestis, a Padawan survivor of Order 66, and made it something of a perfect present. But while seeing himself in the game didn't faze the actor, the same can't be said for his loved ones. I'd go over to their house and they'd be playing it, and it was really weird. He tells StarWars.com, Cameron Monaghan said. He was laughing as a joke. Monaghan would sit near his friends, echoing the game's dialogue or Cal's grunts and screams as they would happen on screen. He says, I remember my friends being really tripped out. What's happening? That's hilarious, dude. I would love to be able to play pranks on people like that and just do And Jedi Fallen Order, set during the age of the Empire and Jedi hunting Inquisitors, Cal Kestis was just looking to lay low and exist until fate intervened. So something we really didn't talk about. Can you guys hear me? I don't know what's going on with my mic. Something we really didn't talk about when we were watching the trailer for Jedi Survivor earlier was that there's probably going to be some more Inquisitors in this game. I'm curious if there will be any in the Bad Batch, as we kind of just watched that as well. You guys were asking me. I do think there could be some Inquisitors in Bad Batch, but there's probably going to be some more Inquisitors in Jedi Survivor. And as far as, you know, the story of Jedi Survivor, it's supposed to take place at about the same time as Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show does. I wouldn't doubt if we find out in Battle Scars, the Jedi Survivor novel, or the Jedi Battle Scars novel about Cal Kestis, if him and Seer Junda have been a big part of the Underground Railroad kind of thing going on. I forget the path that we see in Obi-Wan Kenobi. It would be dope to find out Cal Kestis is a big part of that, and I'm curious too, with Inquisitors potentially being in the game once again. Do you guys think that we could see Reva? It kind of fits the time period. I don't know if it would be before or after Kenobi, so maybe Reva is still an Inquisitor, or maybe we could even see what happens to Reva after Kenobi here in Jedi Survivor. I think that would be really, really cool. So continuing on from what Cameron Monaghan had to say, he said, it's a stirring trailer that obviously we watched a little bit ago, showcasing new enemies, allies, and abilities, while ending with some powerful words from Cal. As long as we fight, hope survives. For Monaghan, the trailer represents what the game experience will be. He said, I think it's a great introduction into the scope and the size of this new game. This game is really ambitious in how much it is furthering the progression and not only the gameplay elements of Jedi Fallen Order, but also furthering the story and the characters as well. We're starting to see hints as to where that's going to branch off and what options you're going to be able to be given as a player. That's super cool. He says, it says he's quick to note, however, that the trailer is really just a small preview of what the game will truly be, saying as much as the trailer does reveal some really, really cool and exciting things, it doesn't give away the whole gist of what you're going to be able to, what we're going to be doing for this one, Cameron Monaghan says. I think people are going to be really pleasantly surprised by just how this game progresses and where it goes as you get deeper into it. Dude, I cannot wait. So it says there's a 5-year jump between Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, and the Empire has been expanding as the Imperials tighten their grip. Rebels and outlaws feel the squeeze. Cameron Monaghan says, we have a really dire situation that we find Cal in at the beginning of the game, where he's searching for ways to rebel that are becoming increasingly difficult and perhaps even hopeless. But we have a character that was given meaning and a goal by this resistance, and he was given this hope, and that hope is a very hard thing to extinguish. Cameron Monaghan went on to say, but what happens when you have hope in a situation that becomes increasingly hopeless? Different people have different ideas about what is the best way to resist. Interesting. So maybe Cal Kestis is going to take a little bit of a darker twist to his resistance. Maybe Seer Junda is. I don't know. Let's continue seeing what they say. Monaghan says, Monaghan is perhaps alluding to conflicts like one glimpsed in the trailer, in which Seer Junda, played by Deborah Wilson, a former Jedi who trained Cal in the Jedi Fallen Order game, seems to take issue with Cal's methods. Seer Junda and Cal have this interesting dynamic, Cameron Monaghan said, where she's not his formal master, but she is his mentor. And frankly, they have different ideas of how to deal with imperialism and the Empire. In the first game, it was about finding family and what it means to create a family. With this story, a lot of it is to do with what happens when there's a stress on that family. With elements like this and others Monaghan can't talk about just yet, he sees Cal's journey in the game as especially rich. He finished off saying, what we end up finding in the story is a really complicated and exciting development to how we want to approach the character. I think it's not only exciting, but it's also an emotional and beautiful treat, and treats its audience with a level of respect that I think a lot of people are going to really appreciate. Pretty freaking cool. Aaron Tomato says, I'd be down to learn of Reva's whereabouts at some point. I definitely think it would be cool if she was introduced again in this game. A gamer himself, Monaghan understands the legacy of Star Wars game, which stretches back to the early 80s. He sees Jedi Survivor as playing a potentially significant role in the current generation of consoles, saying, "It's an honor to be part of the title releasing now in this generation of consoles with the Jedi series. I think that people will have been looking forward to the titles that really excite them to make the leap onto the next generation. Speaking personally, having seen how this game looks and how it runs on the next generation, I think it's going to have people very excited." Still, the actor seems most excited about the story. While he won't go into specifics, it sounds like Jedi Survivor will make an impact, saying, "This is going to be an emotional roller coaster for people. I think if you'd have to be made of stone for it to not hit you in the heart." All right, that's pretty cool. And here we get a couple of images from the trailer again. This dude, I didn't talk about him earlier. Some people are really curious who this guy is. His mask even looks a little bit like one of the droids in the Clone Wars era, or in Revenge of the Sith, kind of the flying ship droids. I forget what they're called. He even has what looks to be Cal Kestis saber. It looks almost like, you know what I mean? Some people were saying maybe it's Sam Witwer. Maybe it's Starkiller. Probably not. It just says Cal battles a dangerous enemy. Doesn't give you too much for it. I'm so excited for this game, though. I'm so excited for the Bad Batch Season 2, man. This has been a hell of a stream. It's been a blast talking about all this stuff with you guys. Let's get back into the Lair. Get any last thoughts out, and let's do it. Alright, so how you guys feeling? I know it's been a lot. We've been covering a lot today. So excited for all the Star Wars stuff coming up, though, man. It's a blast to be at this time with Star Wars, getting so much content at once, you know what I mean? So much cool little things that they're doing, connecting all the stories together too, man. It's awesome. Aaron Tomato says 2023 is going to be a great year for Star Wars, dude. Hell yeah, it is. It is definitely going to be a blast of a year. I can't wait to dive into it with you guys, man. We're less than a month away from Bad Batch starting with Season 2, getting all those episodes up until the end of March. It's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a blast. March is going to be a huge month, getting Bad Batch, The Mandalorian Season 3, and Jedi Survivor. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I can't wait, though. If you guys have any last questions or comments, make sure to put them into the chat. We might be doing a God of War stream here for about an hour on the other channel, on our second channel, which is at Sheev the Wise on YouTube. If you want to check that out, please do. Appreciate you guys. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us in the chat. Shout out to Tim for that GOAT question earlier, talking about seeing some Inquisitors. I definitely think that we'll see some Inquisitors coming up here soon, man. Alright, y'all. I'm looking at any more questions here in the chat. Looks like we're pretty good. We covered all of them, it looks like. Anthony, YouTube fan, I think, said, I want to see Daniel Logan as the son of a clone in the Mandoverse. We talked about this already, but says, which would explain why he resembles Tim Morrison to begin with. Dude, I would love it. I would love if Daniel Logan gets brought into anything in Star Wars. Hashtag put Daniel Logan in the Bad Batch. Do it. Streaming later, says Dawn. Yes, I do think that we're going to be doing a God of War stream here in a little bit. We'll see. Pretty sure everybody's at work till like 3, so. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for another stream here in a little bit. Hey, appreciate you guys. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us in the chat. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. If I don't see you in the God of War stream, thank you everybody for hanging out. If you were here this morning with our Bad Batch rewatch, watching here today with this awesome stream, watching these trailers, it's been a freaking good time. I'm super excited for it. Hey, Steve! Good to see you, my dude. Alright. Unfortunately, Steve, I think we're getting out of here. But let me know how excited you are for both Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and the Bad Batch Season 2, because they're going to be fire, man. Looks like I'm just in time for the ending. We're going to do a God of War stream here in a little bit. Don't worry, Steve. Alright, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this stream, though. I hope you're excited for the Bad Batch Season 2. I hope you're excited for Jedi Survivor. It's about to be a lit 2023. Make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And a big welcome to you if you are. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. If I don't see you in the next stream. And peace. May the Force be with you. Always. I could keep going. You know, we could talk more. Bro, I'm just saying. Jedi Survivor might be the best game of all time. At least Star Wars wise. Might be the best game ever. Ashton, I don't know if you heard. Apparently there's going to be multiple stances in the game, as well as multiple different styles of combat with the lightsabers. Jedi Survivor is gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. I really dropped a bag on the friggin' collector's edition. I'm so dead. I can't wait to review that for you guys, though. It's gonna be dope. Alright, y'all. I know you're sad it's ending, but again, we're gonna be playing some God of War over on the second channel that Tim just put into the chat. Go check it out. Go check it out. We'll see you soon. Peace.